Good evening and welcome to AstroCraft News. I'm Embody, and here are this week's headlines.
How did I get here?
In today's AstroChat, we'll discuss exactly how I went from being a high school student to being an Astrophysics PhD student. How much is too much? We'll look at the gunpowder farms that have popped up on the server in order to analyze when is it considered creeper cruelty.
Sir, as a member of the CREEPER, how do you feel about the gunpowder farms that have been propping up on the server?
Followed by the weather in the nether.
I'm cold.
Hello, my stars and galaxies. I'm Embody, and welcome back to my simulation. Just as a quick heads up, we've decided to rename the server AstroCraft now that I'm uploading videos because our craft seemed too generic. So let's start off with something that actually happened between episodes. It's me and my friends. We went and we found the end portal and we jumped on in because we wanted to kill the dragon. As we were digging up, I could already tell on my stomach something was not gonna go right. Something was about to be awful. I could feel it. It was building up. It was just, never mind. After getting up, just shoot towers, shoot towers, shoot towers, shoot towers, shoot towers. You know how it goes. So, my friends and I decided, mid-dragon fight, we should test friendly fire. Yes, it was definitely on. And then I even had the most epic moment none of them even saw. Before being reminded why you really want to turn down your volume when you fight the dragon. Eagle-eyed viewers out there, you may have seen that I got some Elytra wings there at the end. That's because we have a data pack that makes the dragon drop Elytra wings, and I got very fortunate to get the first set on this server. Of course, I took those, and then I made sure to go out and get some more, because once you have one set, it's really easy to get the other ones. So I went out and got the other people some Elytras as well, and didn't charge them for them yet, but eventually I might ask for a favor in return. We'll have to see. We'll get there when we get there. Now that we have these wings, let's actually fly around and do a little tour. I know that Small Varks said that he built a creeper farm somewhere over here. So, okay. Let's give this a look at. This is much bigger than I was expecting it to be. Okay, he's got an AFK platform up there. Got a massive box here. I am certain I'm gonna come from below so I can actually. Ah! Yeah, looks like it's a creeper farm with the tiny glimpse I got. He's got the trapdoors and everything at the top so that only the creepers are capable of spawning. That scared me. Okay. Okay. So, conveyor belts. Yep. So they splat there like we kind of heard just now. And then they get fed into here, which I'm guessing is a sorting system. This lava. Sorry, that just caught me off guard. Okay, that's cool. This lava's probably there in case some of them don't die. I'm guessing. But then it all feeds into here. Is there? Okay, is there anything? Oh, it's pretty efficient. Nice. All right. I can definitely learn from that. I built a long pole at the very beginning. Some of you may have seen it in the background in previous shots, but I think I can finally build upon that pole with my mob farm. I'm not going to build a pure creeper farm like he has. I'm going to do a general mob farm simply because I need the bones and stuff. But, yeah, let's get to that. What better way to do that than in a small time lapse? Well, well, well. Some of you may have already noticed that pole before. That's because I had already started building a pole, but I hadn't built the rest of this. But now we've got some form of start going. I still need to build the collection system, but I think I'll do that another time. In fact, I think I'll do that next week because I want to look at some designs, maybe develop something. I like what he had going on there, but I think I might try something different. So I might be able to combine this into being an EXP farm as well. But we'll have to see. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to test it in a create test world. But since I have these wings now, I can do a nice little tour from above. So, whoop. Over here, we have Small Varks base. Now, Small Vark is the one that built the creeper farm. And from what he's told me, he's going to try and create every farm he can underneath here using the little windmill thing. And then on top of it, he's going to build a big old clock. So in Create, there's these clockwork bearings. Let me pull them up real quick so I can show it to you. There it is, the clockwork bearing. All right, so from what he's told me, I don't know too much about it. We might be able to just look at it. It seems as though you can just attach... Yeah, so you can just attach something and it'll keep telling you what the time of day is. That's super handy. I might actually build something like that myself, but yeah, I'm either gonna join him on this and help him out, or I'm gonna build my own at some point because that sounds really interesting. But over on, if I could fly, there we go. Over on this side of the little island, we've got Partumsomnia. Now, he builds a lot of these kind of contraptions. Oh, he's got a tree farm. Yeah, looks like these guys are just planting the saplings behind. These guys are chopping them down. Oh. Like I said last time, so that's what these saws do, and this is how they function. They chop the last block between... Whoop. They chop the last block that's keeping the tree on the ground, basically. Not that it would fall otherwise. And when that happens, it can harvest the entire rest of the tree. Here, it looks like he's got energy generators. Yes? Yeah, furnace-powered energy generators. Yeah, that's what that is. And then here, ooh, stone. Okay, yeah, okay, so he's making stone. I think he's just making stone. He's pressing it into something, and then he's making more stone. I'll have to ask him for an actual tour eventually. But he's, needless to say, he's built a lot. And from what I understand, he wants to build kind of a steampunky Atlantis-style mega base. I don't know if I'm going to build a mega base quite yet. I'm kind of waiting for the 1.17 update to the Create mod in order to update the entire server and then reset a bunch of the chunks that are out there. But before I start doing any form of planning for any form of mega base or anything like that outside of the island, I really want to focus on the island. My friends and I, we've had this server, or some incarnation of this server, for, I want to say 3 years now. And we've kept resetting the map here and there. But this time, I really want to focus on the multiplayer aspect of it. Because we've always kind of done our things. It's almost like we were just playing single player and could sometimes come look at each other's builds. But this time, I really want to work on being a multiplayer server. That's why I built a small stand for some mending books and such. Let's actually see if we've made any money. Whoo! There's only 3 of us playing actively. I made 24 diamonds. Whoa, okay. Any silk touch? Oh, another 4. And did anyone buy? This was feather falling, I think. Yeah, Feather Falling 4. Anyone buy my special Feather Falling 4 books? Indeed. Okay, so I made half a stack of diamonds just off of 2 other people. I feel as though this could be a good time. I feel as though an actual economy might be getting started here. So, yeah, let's focus on the island. Let's focus on the multiplayer aspect. Maybe in the future videos, I'll get them involved if they're interested. Some of them seemed interested, but we'll have to see. Until then, though, I think it's about time that we go gather some more grass. Maybe turn down these villagers. Gather some more grass. Get into the AstroChat for today. And then maybe even from there, make the island just that little tiny bit more green. All right, let's get to it. Today's topic is going to be more related on how I got to the PhD position that I'm in now, having started in high school in the United States. But before we get into it, if you've enjoyed the episode so far and you thought I've done a stellar job, then hit like, and if you really loved it, then feel free to join my simulation by hitting subscribe. Submit your questions for the next Astro Chats already in the comments now while I'm discussing this. If you don't feel comfortable leaving an open one for everyone to see, there is an anonymous option in the description. So go ahead and submit it, and it might be the topic of the next Astro Chat. So I was just your average high school student and decided to go to university right off the bat, going into computer science because I thought this is what I want to do. However, I wasn't enjoying it as much as I thought I might. Just pure computer science turned out not to really be for me. So I switched universities. The first one was way too expensive. And there I decided to do physical engineering. At that point, I had a very, very good physics professor who really inspired me to continue into physics rather than just physical engineering. And that's what set me on my track for going into physics. With the news of a lot of Earth-like exoplanets being discovered by Kepler at the time that I was doing my bachelor's degree, I decided not only do I want to do physics, but I really want to do astrophysics. And I got it into my head that I needed to do this. So I switched universities again because the one I was at did not have a pure physics degree or even any astrophysics courses. So at the new university, in order to help my chances to catch up to the other students who were already ahead of me, I decided I'm going to email every professor that is doing any form of astrophysics research in order to try and do research with them during my bachelor's while I'm doing courses. These traditionally are not paid in the States because you're just a bachelor student. You're doing grunt work essentially, which I ended up doing, but it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of things. The professor who ended up taking me in was supervising a group of us, and we worked on someone's master's project and got co-authorships out of it. So then I applied for PhD track positions myself, and my year was incredibly competitive. Most of my friends, including me, did not get PhD positions. We all either had a choice of waiting an extra year or leaving astrophysics. So I decided to do neither of those, and being German as well as an American, I decided I'm going to go back to Germany, and I'm going to apply to the master's programs there, which, you know, was pretty helpful for me because I ended up getting into a master's program in Germany, which was so different from anything I'd experienced before. Because in Germany, the expectation of what the professor is supposed to do and the expectation of what a student is supposed to do are so different from the US. In the US, it often felt like the professor has some reason why they want you to pass. Sometimes it almost feels like they have an incentive to let you pass. And so you end up getting curves on exams when everything's going poorly. And, you know, there's at least most people are going to pass the course. At least that's how it felt. In Germany, on the other hand, the professors, they still want you to pass, of course. They're not gonna sit there and fail people on purpose. But there's a bar that's set at the beginning of the semester, and if you don't meet that bar, you don't pass. Period. It wouldn't matter if everyone failed. Then everyone failed. That's how it is. That's how it went. So tough luck. Good luck next time. And you have to wait until the course is taught again to pass it. That's all there is to it. And it's a very different experience. I doubt any of them are ever gonna see this, but all of the professors there were fantastic professors. So even with this extra pressure of knowing that the bar is set, there's no curves, there's nothing, no safety nets, it was a fantastic experience. I absolutely recommend it to everyone. It's tough, it's an adjustment, but I recommend to try out other educational systems. But anyway, the master's program there required to take a certain amount of courses, normally 1 year, and then to do 1 year of research. So having had the computer science experience that I had, as well as having done some research already, I actually thought that it would be good for me to kind of join them together. So I did a machine learning project for my master's, which turned out to be a lot of fun. And that's where I realized that I wanted to either continue into science with machine learning and other computer science oriented tools, or I would go into industry. And so as I was finishing up my master's, my research, I decided to apply to quite a few different places. Not all of them astrophysics related. There was one that was actually a neuroscience one, but it was machine learning again. And in this time, I came across the PhD position that I ended up getting, and that was a machine learning and statistical tools PhD as applied to astrochemistry. So I would get to stay in astrophysics, switch a little bit over into astrochemistry, but I would also get to keep doing machine learning. And I applied for it and was very fortunate to get picked for it. So that's how I ended up here in London and doing astrochemistry and machine learning. Anyway, if you haven't left your question yet, go ahead and leave your question down below. And I hope you have a wonderful week. So until next time, N-Body out.